And I'm live. This wondrous set. I took it apart and then I was like, hey, let's put it together on the stream because I'm pretty sure I haven't done this one before. I say that with such conviction. I'm pretty sure not. I did look to see if there was any alternate builds that I wanted to make, but a lot of their alternate builds are just to make the ship bigger than it already is, and that requires extra pieces, not just what the ones in the box, or it wasn't a huge difference. So this is the set we're making. Oh gosh, it's too close to the camera. Glare, glare. This beauteous thing with all these different characters. I like to point out the only major character with a name is Captain Phasma, and then everybody else is generic stormtroopers. You got your flame troopers, your stormtroopers, and 2 random resistance soldiers, a guy and a girl. That's all you get out of this. Like, you couldn't give us Poe or Finn or anybody, no, just random ass characters. Obviously, I never take them apart. The flame troopers have the flame canisters on the back of them, and then don't fall off. I'm missing the thing on the end of that one. Well, that'll come in handy later. I'm gonna have to see if I have that. No, it's gonna be my extras. There's Captain Phasma, and then your 2 random resistance fighters, and then your standard new stormtroopers with the new helmets. That's basically all you get out of that. Super exciting. I, for whatever reason, lost the instructions for this one and the Wookiee gunship. I still can't find them. I think I'm gonna have to give up because at this point I'm just driving myself nuts. That, and I just realized having this box staring directly at me is driving me nuts. Which this is what I got from my sister the other day. She got me the advent calendar, which will be exciting. She's like, "Are you gonna open it up because it has the folds down? Oh, the glare. It folds down, and then you can put them all together." There. Like, of course I'm going to do it one day at a time. Are you insane? Will I stream it? No. Like a 2-second stream on that? No. If you've shown up, since the notifications do not go out anymore, I don't know if there's some sort of way that they show up. Let's see. Let's go into edit. My awesomeness. We'll see if they added a... It'd be slightly amusing if they had added a thing you have to click for notifications. Because usually it just automatically did it as long as you made it 30 minutes before the stream started. Why would you put your location? Are you insane? How is that a question? Those are my customizations? No. So yeah, no, it doesn't show it. She's just not sending it out anymore because I was not a big enough streamer, which I understand, but not being a big streamer, but you could still put it out. Well, anyways, let's put this awesome thing together. If you show up, you watch the video, like, comment, subscribe, tell me how good, bad, in between I did. Just let me know. I was going through... There's some of my sets that I was like, it's just sitting somewhere. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm going to see if I could sell them. Because I do actually have a Lego shop close to here that buys used sets. So I was going to go in and sell them. And I was like, hey, I'm not a huge fan of this one or the Wookiee gunship. I'll, do those. So how I make sure that I have all the pieces is I actually go through the instructions and bag them all up in order of the instructions to make sure that I have everything. And when I did the gunship, I was missing one specific piece, and I could not figure out because it's fairly distinctive. Let's see if I'll run across it. Where is it? I knew it. I was missing this beauteous piece, and I was like, I have a black one in my spare pieces, but I don't have a brown one, which is specific for that set. I'm like, I don't understand. Although it's not a huge thing because it's not a piece that is on the outside, so you can't see it. But it still drove me nuts. But in the process of taking this one apart I ended up seeing that I had a brown piece, but it's the only brown piece in the entire set. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did I have it in the other one the entire time and it just randomly showed up? So we will see as I put this together if that's the case or not. It was fairly amusing because I even ripped apart. I have a lamp that's hollow in the middle. Hollow in the middle. That's not correct. It's glass. It's clear glass. Like it's a table lamp. The base of it's clear glass, so you can fill it up with whatever you want. So I filled it up with all my advent calendar Legos and the small Legos that I have. So I even took all those out today in the hopes of finding this thing, only to take this set apart because I was like, you need to stop hyper fixating on this and just move on to something else and figure out later. Like maybe you'll run across it, maybe you just didn't see it when you looked before. Like, you just can't keep looking for this one thing. It's gonna drive you batty. Interesting. Just move on, do something else, come back later, and we'll figure it out then. So I'm so glad I did that because now the brown one turned up. I'm pretty sure, no, I'm pretty sure it's right. We'll see if it, if it is or not, because I just threw the black one in here. I threw the black one in here and now I can't find it. That's where we're at. If I lose the black one in the process, we're just all gonna have to burn the thing down. I don't know, man. I just it was amusing a little bit. I say that one. It's really not. I just. But what I did today while taking that apart, because it takes forever to take it apart and organize it and go through and make sure everything's right, I was watching yet again Forbidden Frontier with all the things I've never heard about, and you're like, okay, that's interesting. I'll vote for that. I like that one. The theories about the ancient civilizations that once existed. And everyone's like, sure. Sometimes they go a little bit overboard. You're like, yeah, that's a step too far. That's a bridge too far. I'm not going to believe that. But sometimes they really do say something like, okay, I got that. So they were talking about in this one, before the national parks were made. Oh, this isn't the right one. So is it the bigger one? Or is this one closer to the other one that it's supposed to be? Oh. Is it supposed to be here? I'm confused. Give me 1 second. Yeah. It's in this one. Too true. Oh. But before they were going to make stuff the national parks they are now, by the Grand Canyon and stuff like that, the scientists went through before they closed it all down because he was worried once it got closed they wouldn't let anybody in there to search for any historical artifacts or whatnot. And he ended up finding a cave system that was super old. It can hold tens of thousands of people inside of it. And they did do some excavation and looking at it and stuff. But eventually it all got, is it supposed to be gray and I put the brown one in because I couldn't find the gray one? Is this where we're at? Because I have, sad surprise. Story of my life. I think this is where the problem lies. So I needed a gray one, couldn't find the gray one. So then I put the brown one in, only to have it be, where's my extras? Yeah, because all I have is a white one. And that is it for the twos. How does one always lose everything, huh? Okay, that's supposed to be gray. Is it supposed to be light gray or dark gray? It's supposed to be dark gray. I ask these questions. You're like, I can't see the board. How do I know? You know what? Well, now I'm so annoyed. Because if it is supposed to be a gray one, means I'm still missing a piece. Ah, aspirin. Okay. We'll put the black one in there for now. Neither here nor there. Just keep on keeping on. We'll fix it later. Fix it later. Although, why would I put that? You know what? Don't ask such questions. So excited to have found the one. Technically, I did find the one I was missing from before, and now I have the same problem again. Good times. But they had the Smithsonian send some people out and look through stuff. But eventually they needed more money. And they asked for more money, and they just shut down the whole thing. I guess they've cemented off the air vents. So this huge underground society where they had agriculture, like the whole thing was set up so you could live down there. The whole purpose was to live down there. Not to just visit, not to store stuff, but to stay there. So they cemented off the vents because they had a sophisticated air system to make sure the air would circulate in there so that you could live down there and not run out of oxygen, not have to go to the surface. It was a whole big thing. Like, there was obviously a clear plan. And it's eerily similar. There's an underground city in Turkey, I think, that they found also. That's so old that nobody knows how old it is, who made it. You can tell that people lived under there. So the question is, why? Why did you want to live underneath the ground? It's not really something humans want to do. Why would you need to go under there? The amount of time and effort it took to make that underground world, like all the effort you put into that, like how does that work? It's quite odd. So that I found super interesting. It's one of those, it's right there. Why aren't you letting us look at it? Why aren't we trying to learn as much as we can from that society? Now, obviously, they went off the conspiracy theory deep end, where they were like, it's all, the government found out about this apocalyptic end of civilization event, and they didn't want the world to know, so they covered it up. Like, that's a little bit much. I would probably lean towards, they didn't want their current majority belief system. They didn't. Gosh, how best. They at that point in time, science was very much rooted in the anti-religion mentality. But the problem with that is, so I assume these two get locked together like this. Them making this kind of points toward a flood, like the flood actually happening. And they don't want that biblical flood to exist, so they just close it all off and act like it didn't. So I was like, technically, you can say that the flood existed, but that is also not reinforcing the Bible. Like, one doesn't have to be proving the other. It doesn't have to be religious undertones. That's the only reason it could possibly happen. It could just be an apocalyptic event of some sort, which is what I vote for. Something happened back in the day. The question would be, how did people know about it? Or why? I'm just going to do one thing real quick. Yeah, to know how people knew that the apocalyptic event was going to happen. How did they have enough time to build a whole underground city? Like, how does that come out? Like, that's. I assume it would take a long time. One could argue, as long as you had the basic footprint done, you could expand it later. But you still have to account for air and things like that, which is something that you would need to make ahead of time, I would assume. That, and also, how would you make it? The air vents ahead of time and figure out how do you burrow those down in? How do you make that happen? I don't know. But now they've cemented over them, so how are you supposed to get in there? And it's just this narrow-minded belief that, we need to hide those things, and we've already established everything, so we're not going to ask any questions anymore. I hate it. I hate it so much because we have what we think we know, but things can change. Like, that's just the way we see the world now. I need to count that out in my head. 8. So I need an 8 of the dark gray. We have our consensus belief now of how we think things happen. But that could be, over the course of time, we may find out that we were completely and utterly wrong, which is fine. It happens. We make mistakes. We use the evidence we had at that moment and we came to a conclusion, and then later on we found out we were wrong. Like, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it might be, but it depends on who you ask, but it's probably not the end of the world. And, if there was some sort of apocalyptic event, if something did hit the Earth, we might need to know about that ahead of time, whether it be solar flares or a comet system that comes through and hits. No matter how much we have, the technology we currently have now, space is so big. It would be so easy to have something coming at us and we completely miss it until it's too late. So, if they were able to show, hey, look in this part of the sky, this comes around. Like, honestly, at this point in time, whatever hit them then, the orbit may have changed enough where it won't hit us again. Or maybe it will. If you just don't know. But it's when you hide those things, when you prevent people from, it's 10. Being able to see it, when you do things that are sus and weird, it makes it harder for, maybe it's supposed to be the other way. Is it supposed to be this way, maybe? Oh, yeah. How about this one goes here? Skills, kids. Skills. And this one goes here. You're basically encouraging. Oh, it's supposed to be this way. So is there supposed to be a black one then? Oh, how about this? Look, kids, the picture's way over there. It's hard to tell. If you don't give us the information, we're just going to make it up and fill in the blanks for you. So one way or the other. Like, you can give it to us and we can extrapolate from that, or we can just make it up on our own. So choose wisely. That's my answer. Choose wisely. Just this one. This one. But it's super intriguing, and yet again, it's something lighthearted to watch. To stimulate your brain to think about stuff, and it also makes you think, hey, if you were stuck underground for even a couple hundred years, although I think from the way they talk, they said it was for thousands. They were under the ground thousands of years. Imagine how you would evolve over time. Not so much evolution per se, but how you would adapt to live underground for that long. Like, you don't see the sun. Imagine how pale your skin would be, because, most of the people that, if you were there for thousands of years, by the time they came back out again, you'd have whole entire generations that never saw the sun. If they never saw the sun, number one, how do they deal with the vitamin D deficiency? Number two, how pale would they be? I don't care where you originally came from. You're going to be pasty white. Just because you have not seen the sun. You just have not been in it. You know, people are always like, oh, it's all about white supremacy, whatever. I'm like, no, you would literally be pasty white. You'd never see the sun. It could have been somebody who's not Caucasian white. They're just, you know, if you haven't seen the sun for that long, I imagine any, except for if you're black, obviously, but the others, their skin color changes when they get in the sun for long periods of time. I'm just saying. Like, it's entirely possible. Where's this piece? Look, okay, when I organized this earlier, there's a whole bunch of them. You're driving me nuts. They're in a stack on top of each other. Yeah, it's although they keep talking about it over and over again, about all the different people of that time. People that had stories from that time keep talking about how somebody appeared, showed up. They had red hair, and they gave them a bunch of information, and then they left. Like, oh, it's a great big white myth. I was like, man, you do realize all these people are dead, right? Like, that, no matter how much you try to, it's going to be super hard to figure out where those people came from. If any of their genes were passed on at all. If the genes were passed on. Like, how, the mere fraction of whatever's left, like, really? Although I still chuckle every time I think it's the fucking Vikings again. Like, why are you guys always up to no good? No, I need a 4. Where's the 4? Although, obviously, like last time I said, usually when you see Vikings, you think conquerors. But I still think it leans toward, from what I've seen, you know, you did have people back then who had at least gotten to the point where they were traveling around by boat. They visited other people. You had varying degrees of technological advancements, as we do now, honestly. But even, you know, you look back a couple hundred years ago, some parts were ahead of others for various reasons. Like, I still feel like it's more of a, you know, it depends on the region you're from. If you were able to build it up, if you didn't have to spend so much time in the fight or flight section, like if you were able to spend more time doing other things, if maybe that would help you evolve better. Like, you would have more time to invent things and do other stuff. You wouldn't have to be spending all of your time just struggling to survive. Things like that. Yeah, I enjoy it. Okay, this one goes here. And then 2 brown little ones go there. And then, which one is it? It's this one. This. And it's that other piece. No crap. But I enjoy it immensely. And as always, at least it's not depressing to watch. It's not. Is it supposed to be so wobbly? I would assume so. Whatever. It's not something depressing to watch or aggravating and annoying. I mean, it is annoying when, you know, they introduce things and you're like, it would be great if we had spent more time looking on that. Because, you know, there is some hints that there were humans, you know, in America before the Indians showed up. You know, I mean, it's entirely possible, honestly, that the Indians may have mixed with them. So they're still technically related in some way, shape, or form. And your organizational skills have something to be desired. But that there were other people here before, but you had that major cataclysmic event. Most everybody died. So you've got the remnants. So whoever was able to get underneath, survive whatever hit, and then eventually come back out. Here it is. You know, survive that cataclysmic event, stayed underground or whatever, and then came back out later. You know, it's intriguing to think about. But, you know, whether or not we'll ever actually be able to find out exactly what happened. There's one. You know, I guess it just depends on whether or not when they closed everything down, if they also destroyed everything or not. Which, you know, if there was a cataclysmic event, you think you would want to spend as much time as possible figuring out how they did it, so that you could make a self-sustaining city just like they did. I'm just saying. Okay, this one goes here. And this one goes here. Okay. 10% rule. It's coming into effect, kids. You know, it's the arrogance that humans have on a regular basis to think that they're the smartest person in the room and they know best. That'll inevitably lead to our downfall, honestly. But, you know, we're going to keep doing it, as always. As the saying always goes, either learn from your past or risk repeating it. Although I'm pretty sure it's not probably 100% the correct way to say that. That's basically what we're going with. We're just cruising for a bruising. Today's society, we tend to be fairly arrogant. Like, we know what we're talking about. We know what we're doing. It's standard in the respect that, you know, as teenagers, you're always like, I know exactly what I'm doing. And the adults are like, no, you don't. But you're going to find out soon enough. It's the same thing. We keep doing over and over again. Arrogance. Honestly, just stupidity. It's just stupidity. Or the standard, it may happen to someone else, but it's not going to happen to me. You just put this piece of egg in there. Why is it not? Oh. Here we go. It couldn't possibly happen to me. Like, no matter how much you want to be the main character in the movie, it's unlikely that you were the main character in the movie. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's not really how that's going to play. This way. Just say it. This way. No. I want this one. Like that. It's the 10% rule. I'm happy to say I did actually get my whole apartment cleaned by myself. Obviously, I didn't actually hire somebody. I went through and I finally What I'm using to have the camera on is not an actual camera stand. It's a light stand. That's a light, a table light type thing that has the same arm that people usually use. But because I'm too cheap to... Interesting. Does it go this way? And then it flips. Why do you keep making me flip it? Are you insane? In or out? As I yell at it. You're like, great googly moogly, it'll be okay. No, it won't. Oh, so it's both sides. Okay. So this one is this one. Nailed it. Where's my thing that I put that in there that I'm going to keep needing? Learn from the past or live to regret it, whichever that may be. I think that's right. Okay. And then 4. Beep. Oh yeah, it's the thing that holds the pieces in. I thought it looked weird when I was taking it apart. We're about to find out. Okay. You just stop trying to do with your fingers. Oh look, there's another one in there. It's exciting. Where is the other piece that I just set down? I lost already. There we go. You know, it's not taken apart this way. There we go. Are we supposed to be on top? Whatever. Don't think about it. Just keep going to the next one. There we go. Yeah. Next. Okay. Like that. Such a unique, not unique's the right word for it, but such an odd way of doing this. It doesn't look bad when you get it done, but it just look weird when you're doing it. Putting these pieces in a fan on top of it. But it has the desired effect, so. Again, someone far more inventive than me comes up with those things. But that locks it in there and gives it that look. It's quite interesting. 3 or 4? 4. And they're locked in there. As always, they're like, grab the thing. No, not that one. Not that one. This one. Here. 2 big ends. It's not the right size. There. And there. Like that. 4 of these. 6 thieves. And 2 of the circle things. But anyways, so because I got rid of I cut the wiring out of the lamp part because I'm not using it anyways. It's not the end of the world. I owned this IKEA desk lamp for years before I finally ever used it. Originally I used it for putting puzzles together because my original kitchen lighting was crap. But now that I have much brighter lighting, this is the kitchen lighting that I'm using. I don't need that anymore because I just use it for my camera. I figured it best to just cut the wiring out all together, get rid of it, be done with it. It was oodles of fun. Okay, this. Oh, I didn't get 2 reds, but don't you worry, I have to. This one, and this one, this one, this one, with that. It was fun. But now, because I finally took that stuff off, do it the other way, crazy Lynn. I don't have as much extra wiring in the way. Although, because I spend so much time, is this not? Oh no, I want to put it here. Moving it into the correct position I have, I'm not worried. At the base where it's starting to bend a little bit. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to support it so it doesn't crack and break. Because if it cracks and breaks, then I'm going to actually have to see if I actually want to buy a piece to hold the bracket properly, or how am I going to figure that out? 2 of these. But that is a problem for later. But I also used to hold it in place because it doesn't want to go down as far as it is right now. Because it is actually held into a lower position than it was before. I'm using shoelaces. Unused shoelaces, I like to point out. They're the ones that, sometimes you buy and they come with like 2 different colors to choose from. No, that's not right. In the shoes I used to wear to work all the time, I actually I didn't use the shoelaces. Because they're the sock type shoes, you don't really need to tie your shoelaces to get them to stay on. So I just used them as slip-ons. Like the shoelaces was extra effort for no purpose. And I liked them kind of loose because I stood on my feet for so long, my feet would swell up. And it would make my shoes too tight. So I wanted to give them room so that they weren't nearly as tight to save my feet a little bit. This. These. As I try to put it on upside down. Nailed it. This one. This one. Did we lose this? No. I meant this one. I'm like, did I lose the one I couldn't find before? Because as always, when I have trouble finding stuff, I just throw it back in there where you can't find it again. Because, be consistent. Besides Forbidden Frontier, the other thing I watch is like old episodes of Critical Drinker and whatnot, where they make fun of crappy movies and things that I haven't watched because I wasn't watching that channel when that was on. I find those amusing too. Anything to distract me from the world that we currently live in. Because there's so much negative crap out there. Negative crap that doesn't make your life better. It's not better by knowing about it. You know, it's all salacious, clickbait trash. I'd rather skip it. You know, be entertained. Good news came out the bottom. I say that because earlier when I was taking it apart, I kept dropping pieces down the middle. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. We'll find it when we get to the bottom. All that annoying clickbait crap just drives me up the wall. Like I don't want to get annoyed by whatever terrible things happening now, watching some person, some spoiled brat who thinks the world revolves around them, do something stupid. Like, I don't want to watch any of that shit. Doesn't make my day better. So I'm just going to skip it. It's the part of being a responsible adult. If you run across something that's not making your day better, you need to stop and say, hey, is it probably better for me if I don't see this at all? You know, at the very least right now, if I don't see it right now, if I can't digest it for whatever reason, or if it perpetually puts me in a bad mood, like, why are you watching this? Does watching this make your life better? Can you do anything about it if it's something that drives you bonkers? Like, what's the purpose of consuming this content? If you're not getting something good out of it, then you probably shouldn't watch it at all. That's why I end up on Forbidden Frontier, because that's amusing most of the time. Every once in a while I get annoying. But yet again, I am responsible for what I consume. You know, yes, you might be bombarded by stupid ass ads or shit like that, but in the end, I'm responsible for what I digest, and so I need to make sure that I'm not putting something in me that's bad. You know, it's just like food. No matter how much we want to blame it on somebody else, because they put in a lot of effort to make that food addictive and whatever, also have to blame myself for consuming all that food too. Like, in the end, you also got to look at it and be like, hey, you could always just stop eating it too. Like, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. Those are totally different things. And the thing about this set is always like, here, put all of these. We're going to do all of these now. All of these. That's exciting. Interesting. Which one's that one? Oh, gosh. I still have the hardest time. I keep looking at it and I'm like, I can't tell. This one, at least, even though I can't tell which size it is, it's the one that bridges exactly the area. Just do that and call it a day. Well, there's no thing under there, so how is that? Am I missing one? Am I supposed to have put 2 down? Yes. Did we skip a step? Yes. The 2 skinny ones. Nope, not that one. This one. This. I know. As always, the rule of thumb. As long as you realize it while you're doing it and fix it then, it's okay. That, I'm still distracted by that one piece. I now have to go back and figure out where the dark gray one is. I want to say Millennium Falcon. Oh, you know, technically I would be able to figure that out because I streamed putting the Millennium Falcon together. Which means, number one, if I had the wrong piece in there, I should have remembered doing it. So I should remember. I should not need to watch the stream. I'm going to end up watching that stream again, aren't I? Crap. Crappy. There's that one. And that one. trying to think of any set that had a lot of gray in it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it goes on the front of those things that I put somewhere. Nailed it. Two more. I don't know if you can actually see these in the thing, but okay. You know, I guess if you look at them from underneath, but I'm pretty sure it's covered. Whatever. Don't question the stupidity of others. Just do what they want you to do. Paying at me now. It's an app telling me it wants me to come play the game. It'll be fine. Doing this dry like nearly every level but go over. Oh, you know what? I think like the top is supposed to come off. Clearly, when I took it apart earlier, I did not have the top come off. Because I thought it kind of did, but I couldn't remember how it was done, so I didn't try. It's a general rule. If you can't figure it out, just don't. Or find somebody else showing you how to do it. Two. Two. And then there's this one. Oh, when did those go in? Oh. Oh, crap. As always, on top of things. Ish. Here's the other one. Here. You know, let's try to put the characters together, which we don't need because it's already together. This top that we talked about earlier, I was genuinely confused by 2 4s and 2. It's not brown, it's gray. Top of things. This one, 2, counting. That's all we do. I just realized this goes this way, not that way. I'm on top of things, kids. On top of things. Here's the gray one. So there's only one of those. Googly moogly. There's this one. Two of the girls. This one. This. Okay. I struggle so hard with matching it up with the picture. I'm like, man, no. You think I'd be really, oh great, good at this since I do it so often. I mean, it doesn't really go in there. Never mind. Don't ask. Just keep going. Oh, I need two of those. I mean, of course I need two. Do I need like this? I needed two of these. I only got one. Well, you know, and then like this. And then this goes this way. That beauty. These two. I still, every time I do this, every time I get a piece, oh, it's supposed to be black and not, no, it's gray. And I put the last of that type of piece in. I'm always excited because there's one less thing I have to go through to try to figure out which one goes where. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's what that was supposed to do. Okey-dokey. Where's the other end? Mm-hmm. Giving a demonstration on how that works. I'm like, yes, we were there. We saw it. It's quite impressive. Quite impressive. I don't know why in this picture the black doesn't look black. I'm just saying. Like the pieces, when you look at them, you're like, oh, that was. I struggle. What don't I struggle with? Three. That's four. I was gonna say, I feel like I kept finding threes and not being able to figure out. And that is a black one with the thing on the end of it. That's a scientific term. Do I have to make two of these? Use our tool. There we go. 2 3s. There's that one. 2 of those. Where's this go? Like this. I just can't tell. 2. No. Wow. It's a skill, kids. It's a skill. This one. Nope. This one. And then 6 of those. As always, can we figure out which side goes on? Well, not really. Well, I have that one on the bottom, so I need the one on the top then? Because I have this one already. And then these go on here, I assume. Well, this one goes here. Yet again, I do wonder about this. Like, why they put certain steps in certain spots. I assume there's an actual reason for it, but it's still odd to me. I need 2 of these. They'll come in later. 1. Six. 2. Scroll down a little more. There's 2 of these. This one. As I use the wrong mouse, as always. How does this connect here? So is that sort of a guide to where it goes? Okay. And this goes like this. Where am I not? I can't get the side to latch on. it should hit perfect, you know, because it should hit here and that should hit this. And unfortunately, you can't tell if it's too high or too low. This is going to drive me nuts. I'm going to take this off. Put this on here. Oh, I think I took the pieces off. That's going to be a problem later. Where's these pieces from? Oh, gosh. Oh, they're up here. I was like, where did this come from? There's a method to my madness. I'm trying to figure out how, because it should latch here and here, right? There. There. It must just not be pushed enough down. That's where the problem lies. And then we should be doing this side now. There's that one piece that we had earlier that I left up top because I knew it was going to go on the other side. And then I forgot I left it there. Skills. Unimaginable skills. The last two of these. Two of those. Last two of those. This one. This one. And okay. The black piece. Don't forget that one this time. And then last one of those. Last two of these. Skills, skills, skills. 6 of these. Ah. This one again. There's the 3. This one. One could assume since we just did this on the other side, it'll be magically easier the second time around. But usually for me, it increases the likelihood you'll mess something up because you arrogantly thought, since I've already done this before, just bang it out. I think I'm going to do it this way this time, too. Just to make our lives easier. To set it, it's supposed to be there. I have to set this on here and then set the thing on there. Because it doesn't really want to go in there. So that's my recommendation on that one. To get it to go in, because you don't really need to put that one piece on before you put the sides on. So no reason to do it. At least none that I've seen. I could be missing something, but I don't think so. One more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here's that one. Okay. Oh, I didn't put it on the wrong way. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So this, here's the, I was going to say it won't go down. Don't just keep yanking on it to make it grow. So it goes like this. Okay. Okay. Is it just decorative? Okay. And this. These. Why are those there if they don't have anything connected to them? Those two. I don't know. Oh, okay. Mr. Salt. Okay. 4 of these. 4 rings. 4 of these. Oh, that's probably for the base so it can roll around. This is probably true. There we go. Oh, this goes in here. You can't really tell. It's so that the wheels don't come out. Where do the other 4 go? Oh, up here. So these wheels, they don't come off when you're rolling around because this will prevent it from going out too far and falling off. That's what they're for. What size is that one? It's this one. And then the black. Like that. Nailed it. Like that's not right. Like this. And then there should be the one the other way then. Plain. That. And then I was going to say, what's this instruction for? Never mind. Got it. Like this? No, like this. It's the same both ways, you idiot. It really is just opposite. And this one goes this way. It's not complete if I don't actually knock something off. This one goes here and here. And then 2 of those. Well, that does not look like the picture. And it's hard to figure out what they're talking about. Just knock a piece off. And drop one on the floor. Skills. Okay. Wrong way. I feel like there's more than one of these. Yet again, wrong way. I need to make 4 of these. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. You're having a little bit of trouble there, kiddo. Nailed it. Like that. I think that's right. Okay, there's those. This actually look pretty cool, I'm going to say. Pretty hefty. There we go. And then 2 more. Those. Captain Phantasma. Skills. Sorry. Whole entire chair rolled around while I was pivoting, trying to get underneath. Skills. Skills, skills, skills. Every time. I assume that's this one. Where does it go? I see where those two go. Was I only supposed to put one in? No, I was only supposed to put one in. Yeah. And this one here. Nope. Is there stickers on these things? No. Okay. Sticker. Nailed it. This one. Oh, it's helpful when you put it upside down so you can't see what it is. Just saying. Makes it easier to find. Highly recommend. Look, it's the last two. Yay. Upside down. these. 2, 3. Less of those. And it's so interesting with this one that a lot of the bases that are left at the end are the big ones. We've actually gone through and done most of the small ones, so now we're just burning through the, oh, let go. Here we go. The big ones are the top pieces will just be, didn't really go all out and have a shit ton of decoration on it. Like this. Oh yeah, right, it's gonna have the door on it. Those. Maybe this one's the one with the sticker on it. I say this. If it's not, that means I put the one with the sticker in the wrong place. I would never do such a thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Yes. I assume this is in the middle. We skip a step again? Yes. Yes, I did. I am consistent in that way. That should be the front. Look, kids. Sticker. How exciting. Like that. There. It's 2 of those. The one with the thing on it. Okay. It's got a little sticker on it. Where's the... No. Follow the instructions. How it's the sliders. So it'll go into the slot. But I didn't put... Oh yeah, there were sliders in there. Never mind. This is the one I forgot about. So it slides in here. Like that. See better. And then the door. They're like, flip it upside down. I'm like, why? It's because they actually put stuff on it, smarty. Just because you can't see it. Blind as a bat. So missing that white piece. Because this guy is missing the thing on the front that the other one already has for their flamethrowers. Who knows when that fell off? Could have been whenever. I mean, it's least of my worries, honestly. Annoying. Well, look, it's not even. Wrong one. That one. Another piece I couldn't take apart. These are the shooters. So you put these two in there. And it shoots it out. I'm pressing the thing. We'll prime that up. Oh, hey, I didn't realize those were actually. My bad. I didn't realize this had a cap on it. It's the small things. I'll put these in here too. These two, if you press them down, they'll shoot out quite fast. There's a reason why the instructions have a little thing, you know, don't poke your eye out. Amusing, yes, but standard. It's slightly amusing, but I get towards the end and I'm all worried that I've somehow missed a piece. Is it 5 or 4? 5. But we've whittled it down to 2 pieces. Where did we miss them? Sassafras. So it slides in this way. It just comes off. We're going to see if we can figure out where the pieces go. No, put those there. Well, the good news is there's only 3 pieces missing. But yeah, so proud of myself. Where did you get distracted? No, those all have them. I put all 6 of those in there. I remember counting those. There's this one. There's that one. Mystery solved. Did I put one in there? I assume so. Yep. Sadly, it all goes together. It's not like it's not sitting on its own without those pieces. It's slightly annoying. Yeah. I'm sure somebody is far better at this than me. I won't miss those. At least that one was easy to find. Because now we're going into the belly of the beast. Which is easier said than done. If it is messed up. You know, oh well. But it is pretty. And it does have all these figures. But the very least, you can fit all of your guys inside fairly easily. Obviously, the resistance fighters, I don't know what you're supposed to do with them. Because I guess you can consider them to be captives and put them inside, maybe? I mean, it has them fighting outside in the picture. But, gee, we're almost towards the top. Be all like, where did you miss it? Oh, could it be on the outside? That'd be nice. Because I don't think I missed it in here. Oh, jeez. Don't worry, it's not broken. I know exactly where that goes. That's not a problem. I just didn't put it back on just in case it was something that was on the inside. No, I got that one too. Great, googly moogly. It does beg the question, if I don't find it, like, how do I not? Did I end up with 2 extras? Why? So weird. Oh. It's for the very beginning. Step 1? Seriously? The pieces I'm missing. The 2 I missed. Skills. They go right here. It's for this. Literally, step 1. I didn't do right. Oh, gosh. But, good news is, it's something that I could easily fix. No harm, no foul. So, this goes here like this. This goes back on here. You know, at least we can put it back together fairly easy. So that goes in there. So then what we do, we bring this up here, and one of these guys will sit in here. I think he has to sit. I don't think he can stand. But he sits, if I can put it on this, like that. And then he can roll in there and come out. And he can also fire this. So technically he should be able to come up. Actually, you know what? I wonder if he's supposed to stand. Like the picture in the thing. You know what? I'm just going to have him sit there. Purely because with all these things, I don't want to lose the weapons. Because obviously each one comes with weapons. So you can stroll them in there. Get in there. And close him. So he sits in there. And then this one, I will stand another guy in here. No. I just shot my laptop. He fits in here, doesn't he? Oh, the gun's in the way. Why is it always the gun? Always the gun, kids. Always the gun. Oh, he dropped his gun. You know what? How about I hold it like that? Can we fit in that way? No. How about that? Why are you always such a pain in my ass? There. And so this little guy with his gun to shoot himself sits in there. So he's in there. And then these guys, what I always did was had them running out just like the picture. So you can pull this. Push it, pull it. Which way does it go? There we go. It is kind of sad that these pieces right here are purely decorative. They don't actually do anything. They're just made it to look like it'll sit in there, but they don't actually connect anything. I guess you could say that they're there to prevent it from falling out. Let's see if I can get it. I get Phantasma to walk out. Like that. Phantasma. Because technically, obviously, these, you can set your guys inside there if you want to. I assume that's why they expanded this. That's why a lot of them have the expansions so that you could have it. What's this guy? Nope. Sit. If I have both legs in there. He's just so heavy. He's got the piece on his back and the one on the front. There we go. There's that one. And we're just got the last guy sitting in here like a crazy loon. Can he even? Because this thing is so big. Sit. So there's our guys. There's this. And then you got your two random rebels. They're not rebels. They're resistance soldiers. I'm just going to set them in there. Out of my way, kids. It's all fun and games that they have guns and stuff. That's just really crap to use. I'm just setting them in there, and then we're just going to close it. Here. And then I wonder if it can close because Phantasma is sitting in the way. Nope. Just whack her in the head. Okay. Oh, thank you for watching this relatively quick stream. If you happen to find it, since the algorithm clearly has given up on me, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what I did and didn't do. Are you proud of me that I was able to fit all the stuff in there? Although now I have another piece that I'm missing, and I have to figure out where the dark gray 2x1 with a circle in the middle of it went. You know what? Boggles the mind. But at least with the black one, obviously the piece I'm missing goes back here. And I'm surprised it's not gray. Like, why would it be dark gray? Why wouldn't it be light? I don't know if maybe they did it that way to make it easier for you to distinguish it. You know what? Don't question the madness. I mean, dark gray obviously goes with it since it's mainly dark and light gray. Don't ask these questions. Whatever. Have a nice day, night, whatever it may be. Hopefully this was relaxing. Maybe it put you to sleep. I don't know. Until next time, grab the right mouse to end the stream. Goodbye.